name is Vincent Harris.
Monique Williamson.
Misha Clemens.
Nate Boyer.
Lo Martinez.
I studied abroad in Italy.
Chubu University in Japan.
Merida, Mexico.
Salamanca, Spain.
Honduras. We don't have these conversations about what does it look like to travel abroad? Passport is affordable. It doesn't break your arm and a leg. It just takes some planning. Staying in an area where you will feel safe is also something that can happen. And I think that really, especially for college students, this is the best time to take those risks.
We were, in our program, we went and talked to people who were at the university, so they were our age. And she was just telling us a lot of stuff that they do there and what they think of Americans and all that stuff. And I was like, why do you listen to so much American music? When we go into stores, we know the songs and we just like it. And we're like, so it was you don't care that's American? And we're like, no. It was we know a lot about your culture. We just wish that you knew more about ours.
It's so important that we become global citizens. It's so important that we learn about, other countries and the way that the rest of the world works. And there's no better way to do that than to move there and to witness firsthand different cultures, different people, different customs.
Racism is going to happen anywhere in the world, but I don't think that should hinder you from really reaching out, stepping outside of your comfort zone. I think that too often discussions like that don't happen in households of color, whether it's Hispanic, Black, Latino. We all need to have those conversations about how does it feel to feel like you're discriminated against. But more so importantly, how does it feel to not let that affect you and to continue to move towards your goals in life?
In Japan, you're either white, black, or Asian. There's no oh, you're Mexican American? Oh, okay. Or you're Italian American? Oh, no, you're a white guy, or you're a black dude, or you're an Asian person. And that's pretty much how they saw it.
There, I was really more conscious of more of my nationality more than my race.
I think they view more nationality than they do race. It's not really oh, well, this is a little black girl. A guy did call me chocolate once, which was awkward, but it's more oh, okay, well, it's you're American is really what they told me. It was oh, you're American, right? And I was yeah. So it was never oh, you're a black girl.
I am a Mexican person, but I don't look like it at all. And when I went over to Japan, they asked me where I was from, because there were people from Australia, from all over the place, and we all look the same. But when I tried to tell them I was Mexican American, they're like, what is that? You're just from America, so you're an American.
It kind of gave me this dual feeling. I, felt very proud of my country. I did, really finally feel American, and then I really, even more than I ever have, appreciated just that uniqueness that we have here, that we do have such strong cultural identities, and we are so proud of our heritage and where we come from.
I did teach them certain black things. I taught them how to dance, and I taught them the Kid and Play and the Cupid Shuffle and the Cleveland Shuffle, and I cooked black food, traditionally black food. So they kind of got to know my culture while we were in Italy.
Getting out of the melting pot for me for a little bit was great because it allowed me to realize how beautiful that is and value it so much more than I think that I did previously.
You're able to travel, you're able to adapt, and then it also shows that you are open-minded, that you're willing to add something to the company that you represent.
Take the risk, go to places where people haven't gone, and share those experiences with your family members who don't get a chance to go, because you could one day be the inspiration to your cousins or your aunts or uncles.
It opened my eyes to knowing that there is more than one way to live. There's not just the American way. There's thousands of different cultures and viewpoints on the world, and going to a different country and living that way for a while really broadens your horizons and lets you keep an open mind on what you're experiencing and how to react to it.
You're going somewhere where you're the minority, no matter especially because we're all American, so no matter what, you'll go over there and you'll be a minority. I think that's an important experience for everybody, to understand that it's so much more out there than just you and your comfort zone. I think it's really important for anybody.